What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome into the Kansas City Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. We have got a loaded show to hit you guys with on today's video. And let's start with Odell Beckham Jr. Is Travis Kelce recruiting OBJ? He hopped on his own podcast with his brother Jason. They kind of talked about a few things, and he said he wants the OBJ rumors of potentially going to Kansas City to come true. So let's kind of talk about this back and forth conversation that Travis and his brother Jason had on their podcast called New Heights. Travis said, my agent hit me up and said they want to free up some cap space. So I was like, I get the money in now? All right, I'll do that. And it frees up cap space. Jason then said, so you cannot verify or debunk the rumors out there surrounding OBJ? And Travis said, Odell Beckham Jr.? And Jason said, that's the OBJ I'm referring to. Travis said, I want them to come true. I haven't heard anything, but something is in the air for sure, and if it means OBJ, all right. Hey, man, listen, Odell Beckham Jr. is still a free agent. All the reports suggest he was going to be ready around November. If that timeline is still accurate, we're mid-late October now. He's probably going to pick a team soon, and maybe, just maybe, that team is the Kansas City Chiefs. And maybe Kelce isn't going on an all-out blitz to recruit OBJ, but maybe a little nudge like, hey, just cleared up $3.5 million cap. You could sign for that for the rest of the year. Come on, chase a championship. What do you think? This is getting interesting. And to add to the interest level, Aaron Wilson of Pro Football Network, right as we were about to film here, tweeted out, Chiefs are regarded as strong contender for veteran free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. per league sources as he contemplates options, continues to make steady progress on his recovery from a torn ACL. Potential connection between OBJ and Patrick Mahomes is intriguing. Now, this tweet was actually before the report, so don't connect the dots. But OBJ recently has been sending out cryptic tweets. He's been tagging different teams, having fun. He's throwing the eyeball emoji. Maybe that signals he's going to pick soon. Who the hell knows? But could you imagine recruiting visits? Yeah, it's like high school and college football all over again. Could you imagine? This team could use a boost at wide receiver. I'm just saying. All right, should the Chiefs sign OBJ? Type S for sign, type P for pass. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. S for sign, P for pass. Let me know if you think the Chiefs should go out and sign OBJ. If you're asking me, go get a OBJ. Bring him to Kansas City. Let's go. There's actually some decent evidence that this wide receiver core isn't that great. Like, it's good, but they don't get great separation. It's definitely missing Tyreek Hill. There's no doubt about it. Now, I think Juju's doing some good things. MVS is up and down. He has a good game. He has a bad drop. You know how that goes. McCole Hardman, Sky Moore, Justin Watson, they've had their moments, but not exactly lighting it up either. You bring OBJ into this receiving core. If he's healthy and if he gives you what he gave the Rams last year, obviously the season numbers weren't great, but all 5 of his touchdowns were with L.A. and with Matthew Stafford. I think him and Patrick Mahomes could build a strong connection very, very quickly, and I don't think he's going to come in and cause issues in the locker room. He was a great fit in L.A. He would improve this wide receiver unit tremendously. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Now, is he going to come in and be a true alpha male number one? I don't know, but I think he comes in and gives you another key weapon for Patrick Mahomes. I don't think there's any disputing that. So I'm all in on going to get Odell Beckham. Kelce cleared $3.5 million. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Subscribe to the channel. If the Chiefs go out and get Odell Beckham Jr., we are going to do a video breaking down the signing. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 33,000 subs as soon as possible. We're only 164 away. Can we get there by Sunday's game against the Niners? Up to you guys. I'm challenging you guys here on the Chiefs Report. Hit that sub button for the latest Chiefs news and rumors. And trade rumors as those continue to circulate. Brian Burns, he's a player that could be attainable as Carolina could be entering a fire sale here after firing Matt Rule. They've been taking calls on some key guys, including Burns. Now, it's going to cost at least a first-round pick, if not more, because you're talking about one of the better young pass rushers in the NFL. You look at his career stats, 7.5 sacks as a rookie, 9 sacks in each of the last 2 years, already has 4 sacks this year. I mean, this guy's a beast. I mean, he is a great, great pass rusher who can play with power, who can play with speed. I loved him coming out of the draft. And, this is a team that's had an inconsistent pass rush really for a couple of years now. You know, Frank Clark's been a bit of a disappointment. You've got Chris Jones on the interior. You brought in Karlaftis in the draft and Carlos Dunlap, and they've been solid, but Brian Burns would be another level player. Chiefs currently 14th, tied for 14th with 14 sacks. So you're like, okay, that's decent, right? Well, a lot of those are on design blitzes. L'Jarius Sneed has 3 sacks coming from that nickel position. Nick Bolton has a couple from linebacker. The defensive line only has 8 sacks. One of those is Tershawn Wharton. He's done for the year. Chris Jones has 3 as an interior defensive tackle. Only 4 of your sacks come from defensive ends, I believe. That's not a great number, and Brian Burns has 4 himself. So you get him in here, it's not just a short-term play, it's a long-term play. His 5th-year option was already picked up by Carolina. You would assign him to an extension probably after this season. So, hey, I think it could be a great move for Brett Veach and a move that could put this team over the top in the AFC. Make sure you get going with our sportsbook partner, BetUS, if you want to bet on games, prop bets like AFC divisional odds, Super Bowl odds, MVP odds. You can do so by starting today with an account, chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Plug in the promo code Chiefs125 to get 125% deposit bonus. You can look at the AFC West right now. Chiefs still heavy favorites, -200. Chargers at +210 odds. Denver only +1,500. Raiders +2,000. It does feel like a 2-team race right now. For the Chiefs at -200, you'd risk $20 to win 10. So put down 20, you'd win 10. It's not great odds for you, but if you feel confident in it, it's not free money, but pretty good chance they're going to win the division. So I would be intrigued in doing just that. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. The promo code is Chiefs125. You look at this defensive line depth chart. We kind of talked about it a little bit ago, but I think if you bring Brian Burns in here, he's your best edge rusher. You got Frank Clark, George Karlaftis, Michael Dana, Carlos Dunlap. Those are all solid players, but Burns is a special young talent. I mean, he is – you put him in there, your long-term duo at edge could be Karlaftis and Burns. That could be pretty nice, as Karlaftis only has a half a sack as a rookie, but he leads all rookies among pressures in the NFL. He's close. I mean, you kind of feel it coming on. He's going to have a big game soon. Burns has already had big games for 4 years now. He would be this team's best edge rusher, so I'm intrigued by this. It's going to cost a lot. I mean, it might be a first and a second, a first and a third, something like that, but again – you're trying to win Super Bowls year in and year out. I think if you feel like this guy helps you do that, I think that's a move worth considering. So what do you guys think? Should the Chiefs trade for Brian Burns? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Get your votes in down in the comments section. I'm intrigued. I don't know if I'd do 2 firsts, but I'd probably do a first and another pick. Let me know what the Kingdom is feeling down in the comments. All right, a little bit of news for you, then we'll get out of here. Willie Gay Jr. update. His 4-game suspension is over. Andy Reid said today that we'll see if he plays on Sunday. I think he's going to play on Sunday, just saying. There'd be no reason not to. I'd be shocked if he didn't play. Now, I guess the one thing you could say is that Chiefs linebackers have actually been pretty solid without him. But Willie Gay, through 2 games, was balling out. 16 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 breakups, a quarterback hit, and just 2 games played before that 4-game suspension hit. He and Nick Bolton were looking like a dynamic duo at linebacker. Now, what I will say, too, is Darius Harris, while Willie Gay Jr. has been out, has been playing really well. Like, he's playing way more than Leo Chenal. Shout out Darius Harris. I've been impressed with him. He's a guy that snuck onto this team last year as a special teams contributor, had a great camp in preseason this year, like up to the point where could he get real snaps? And the last few weeks with Willie Gay out, he stepped up. He's made a lot of plays. I thought he was all over the place in that Buffalo game. So good for him. I think he should still get some playing time. He's been that good. But if Willie Gay's healthy, he and Nick Bolton are your 2 starters. There's no doubt. Will Willie Gay Jr. play on Saturday? Type P for play or W for won't. I think he'll be out there. It's not like he's been gone 3 months. I'm sure he's been working out and staying in shape. So I expect him to play, but predict it for us down in the comments. All right, there you have it. Loaded show on tap for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Less than 2 weeks away from the trade deadline, so hit that subscribe button. This is the time to get in on the action. And, hey, you made it to the end of the video. Comment real one down below. All the real ones at the Chiefs Report. Stick with us until the end. If you're one of those, type real one in the comments, and we'll see you next time here on the Chiefs Report.